What if everything you perceive as reality, your choices, your emotions, even your existence, is not truly your own? What if we're all mere pawns in a game orchestrated by beings beyond our comprehension? In the infinite journey of exploring the universe, we continue to break through the limitations of science and technology in an attempt to reveal the secrets of the depths of the universe. However, the limitations of science continue to remind us of the limits of what we know about uncharted territory. Science constructs theories through falsifiability, and it often appears powerless to do anything beyond the scope of the senses and instruments. At the same time, the importance of imagination in scientific exploration cannot be overlooked. As Albert Einstein said, imagination is more important than knowledge, leading us beyond what we know to explore the possibilities of the existence of higher dimensional beings that have not yet been proven. Whether fact or fiction, this idea challenges us to think bigger. It's inspired sci-fi classics like The Matrix and Interstellar. It pushes science to explore the unknown. Maybe the answer isn't yes or no, but the questions themselves. Are we controlled? Or are we, in our curiosity, reaching for truths that redefine what it means to be human? The confusion of ants and the limitations of human cognition. Let's start with a simple question. Suppose a swarm of ants is in the sand, and we draw the ground as a prison. Do they think that the world is so big that there is water everywhere? The world of ants is limited by two-dimensional space, and it is impossible to understand the concept of three-dimensional space. It's like the cognitive limitations of human beings. We live in three-dimensional space, and for four-dimensional or even higher dimensional space, human imagination seems to be inadequate. If we elevate our perspective, imagine how four-dimensional beings see our world? They may think that the human world is bound by some kind of invisible boundary, just as we do with ants. In this hypothesis, four-dimensional beings may intervene in our world, just as we influence the environment in which ants live. Such interventions may be understood by us as scientific laws, but in reality, they may be the work of higher dimensional beings. Revelation of the sharpshooter and the farmer. In the long history of science, we have been searching for laws and trying to describe the universe with mathematical and physical laws. But is it possible that these laws are just improvisations of higher dimensional beings? To borrow the sharpshooter hypothesis, we can imagine a three-dimensional creature shooting at a two-dimensional target, with each shot forming a fixed pattern. For two-dimensional creatures, they will think that this is a law of nature, but they will not know that it is actually the behavior of a three-dimensional organism behind it. Similarly, the farmer hypothesis provides us with a perspective. Imagine a farmer who feeds a turkey at a regular time every day, and the scientists in the turkey have concluded a pattern based on this phenomenon that food will come every day. However, when the farmer changed his habits, the perception of these turkeys was completely turned upside down. These two hypotheses imply that the laws of science as we know them may simply be the random behavior of higher dimensional beings, and we hold them up as a guideline. The fog of the senses and the unknown universe. Our senses are windows to the world, but they are not always reliable. For example, we can't hear ultrasound, we can't see ultraviolet rays, substances that are beyond the range of our senses, even though they are real, cannot be perceived by us. This fact begs a thought-provoking question: is there anything else in the universe that our senses cannot perceive? The existence of dark matter and dark energy is the best proof of this. They make up the vast majority of the universe, but they are ghosts that we cannot directly observe. Dark matter and dark energy appear indirectly through their gravitational effect on surrounding objects, but this mode of action has puzzled scientists because they don't seem to fit our understanding of conventional matter. These unknown substances may be projections of the high-dimensional world, and their existence and function may be evidence of high-dimensional beings beyond the comprehension of our senses and existing technology. The mystery and threat of high-dimensional creatures. While we can't directly prove the existence of higher-dimensional beings, that doesn't mean we can rule them out. On the fringes of science, there are many uncharted areas, and the hypothesis of high-dimensional beings is one of them. Humanity's understanding of higher dimensions is still in its infancy, and we may not even grasp the basic concept of the existence of higher dimensional beings. In this context, the concept of dimensionality reduction is particularly important. Imagine if higher dimensional beings did exist, their intervention in the three-dimensional world might be beyond our cognition. Such interventions may not be motivated by malicious intent, but for humans, they can have unforeseen consequences. We strive to find patterns in the three-dimensional world and establish a technological civilization, but in the eyes of high-dimensional beings, all this may be just toys in their hands. Courage and wisdom to explore the unknown. In the discussion of higher dimensional organisms, we must acknowledge the uncertainty of the assumptions. We don't know for sure if high-dimensional beings exist, but that shouldn't stop us from continuing to explore. As Albert Einstein emphasized, imagination is essential for the development of science. It can lead us to break out of existing frameworks and explore the wider universe. In the face of the unknown, we need to be cautious and open-minded. Even if high-dimensional creatures are just a science fiction concept, this kind of thinking exercises our thinking and broadens our understanding of the universe. More importantly, it reminds us that we should continue to observe, experiment, and innovate on the path of technological development in order to deal with any situation that may arise, whether it is a threat from a higher dimension or a challenge to our own civilization. The universe is vast, mysterious, and far stranger than fiction. Keep questioning. Keep exploring. And remember, reality is rarely what it seems. Share your thoughts below. Thanks for watching.